How's it going, guys? See the big smile on my face. This is my first Chronicles collectible piece, and another one of my one-to-one busts. I haven't had a one-to-one bust in a long time. I've just been going for premium formats, mainly because there just haven't been any good busts that I thought were worthy. I wanted to buy, but then boom, Chronicle Collectibles comes along. A company that, for me, until February, I've never heard of. I didn't know who they were, and they brought out whole licenses. I noticed like Robocop, Terminator Genesis, and Stargate, and they're bringing out more in the future. So this is my new bad boy. Excellent, really good company. I have to say that I like the fact that they only bring out about 10 pieces a year, and they really project everything they want onto the item itself. Well, look at it, it's an absolute beauty. This is one-to-one size, and this is actually standing on the floor up to me, and I'm going to take a close look with you now so you can see what you think, and let me know, please leave me in the comments, have you got one on order, have you got one already? Let's go and have a look, shall we, and see what you think of it. So I'm going to do this on the tripod. Let's have a better look at the item itself. There we go. Right, let's start from the base, as I always do with all my items. Now, at first, when I saw the production pictures, I weren't too happy about the base. I thought it was a bit dull, a bit boring. But what I didn't know until a few pictures started appearing on forums and Facebook is the amazing detail that's gone into the actual pyramid itself, and exactly the same design as on the movie, because I did double check. I just wanted to look, I was just curious, especially the eyepiece on the very top, and this goes all the way around all four sides of the pyramid. And this is as heavy as hell, as you would expect. This is the piece that holds the item up along with the pole above it, so it needs to be heavy, it needs to take a little knock and not fall over, and that's exactly what you've got. This item alone will build you up muscles the size of Arnold Schwarzenegger did with his arms. It is so heavy. It's held by this really strong, sturdy pole. It's not a hollow pole, it's extremely thick and heavy as well, as it needs to be, because the bust itself is extremely high and heavy too. Now, what I didn't notice when I see the production photos, and they don't really do justice until some guys actually bought them and showed their pictures of them, is this beautiful sheen that it's got across it. This lovely sort of jaded greeny blue effect, browny rusty effect that it's got covering the entire bust itself. Really nicely done, spared at no expense here. Also the design, which you can see goes all the way around it. There's these beautiful carved in designs of the actual armour of the bust itself. Obviously Anubis and is this sort of the head bodyguard for Ra, along with the Horuses, which are the ones with the owl head on them, but this one is the jackal, and it's the King Don. They are releasing a Ra and a Horus, I believe, from the website, but this is the only one I really was interested in out of the three. It's the most prominent, it's the one that I noticed the most, and made a grand entrance in the movie itself. I wasn't into the Stargate series, but the movie I really did enjoy. Brilliant. Now, the only one gripe, because every so often you get something, and it's very minor, is I thought when I saw the production photos that these pieces were material, but they're not. They're actually plastic, moulded plastic. That goes for that one too. It just would have been nice if they were proper material, clothing material. You know, it wouldn't have cost much, but they're not. So that's a shame. But in terms of the way they've made them look, they pass for material. They look very convincing. Now, this come in a whole lot of pieces, and I do have to say it's extremely difficult to fit together. So you will need, as you can see, one of the bolts, two of the bolts that I've got on here, a hexagonal screw drill driver to actually put them all together, because they need to be down fast and tight, and you ain't going to do it with a normal screwdriver with those special heads on them. I did find that a pain in the arse, but when it was finally all done, there are quite a few pieces, and the instructions are a bit lame, There's not a lot of them, but you get there in the end. The easiest and most final touch obviously was actually attaching the jackal head on the top. Now obviously, as you see in the movies, Wayne, I've got the lights on his eyes. Here we go. I think they're coming out about purple at the minute on the actual video, but they're actually a beautiful dark ocean blue. And they take like 3 AAA batteries, which are in the headpiece screwed underneath. The head is quite easily removed, as is the ears, so you can always take it off and replace the batteries later on if you wish. Absolutely fantastic. You can see the collar goes around the front and goes all the way around the back. Then there's the piece where in the movie that the actual human head would be, and then levers it up to the pointed jackal head, which does, like in the movie, stick forward. There we go. I'm trying to get as many views as possible for you. You can see the beautiful, beautiful design that goes with it, and it goes all the way around. It's great that they have all this detail on the back as well as in the front, and that tail which curls all the way to the bottom of what the back will be, equally as impressive. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Really, really impressed with Chronicle Collectibles. I really look forward to them bringing out stuff in the future as well. I hope they stick to movies like they have been so far, because that's where my heart lies, rather than the comic book stuff or other styles. I'm more into the movies and 80s, 90s movies, iconic creatures. What I do notice about Sideshow is they don't seem to get many licenses, and they're just regurgitating the same old thing. Alien, Predator, Alien, Predator. I want to see new stuff from that. I don't want to keep seeing the same stuff. So it was a breath of fresh air when a movie like Stargate come along and they had productions of a one-to-one bus like this. Not cheap, granted, but then again, it's not ECC prices where you're looking at £2 for pieces. Really looks like it doesn't being held up by that pole, does it? But trust me, that pole is super thick and super strong. It will not bend. The only thing is, put this away more to the side, because these is a quite pointy shot. You don't want to fall on the earpieces. I did notice that. I thought, my son, he's a bit short at the minute, but when he does, I don't want him getting near those. But overall, trying to get all angles for you. Really impressive. If you've got one on order, please go ahead with the order, pay it off. If you've got one waiting for you, you're in for a hell of a treat. You're also in for a hell of a shock when you see the size of the 3 boxes that it turns up at the doorstep with. One of them is so big, I wanted to take all the stuff to the tip, the polystyrene, but I had to actually saw the polystyrene up into pieces. There's no way it would fit in a loft or anything like that. The box is just insane. It's absolutely mad. But I think we're just about done now, guys. I'll love to hear your comments. I'd really love to know any of you that already own one and what you think of it. Also tell me how difficult you found it to actually assemble the item itself, because I found it the hardest out of all my collectibles to put together. It's probably about 2 hours trying to do it, and I really didn't want to damage it. And I took my time, and there's a hell of a mess on the floor, which I've hoovered up now, but absolutely brilliant stuff. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Next up, I'll probably show you the Boba Fett premium format. I mean, they say it's going to be December, January, but I probably think it'll probably come out around about February time, but nonetheless, when that arrives, I'll put a video up on that one as well. And I've also looking forward to ordering my new Red Sonja. I'm going to sell this one off, and I'm going to replace it with the She-Devil with a Sword one. Even though I'm happy with this one, I just think the new one is just even better. So I'm looking forward to putting that down now. I've seen production pictures of it, obviously prototype. Now the one thing about Chronicle Collectibles, what you see is what you get. With a Sideshow, you don't know what you're going to get in terms of the paint quality, so a little bit nervous on that, but so far I've been lucky with my Sideshow stuff. It has looked everything as good as the items that are in the production, so I'm hoping the same. But anyway, guys, thanks very much. Cheers, and I'll see you all later.